A new round of budget talks over the weekend failed to end the partial government shutdown. It's now tied for the second longest in U.S. history. Some 800,000 federal workers are wondering when they'll see their next paycheck. The White House claims it made concessions in the standoff with congressional Democrats.
President Trump is standing firm on his demand for $5.7 billion to pay for a wall. But now he's asking for $800 million for humanitarian needs at the border. Major Garrett is at the White House, where the president is also talking about bypassing Democrats in Congress. Major, good morning.
Good morning. The president has no public events on his schedule today, and no negotiations are planned with congressional Democrats, either involving President Trump or senior White House staff. There were talks over the weekend, but they didn't appear to accomplish much, and all that Washington can appear to agree on now is that this deal is a long, long way away.
It is national security. It's a national emergency.
President Trump insisted he won't let Democrats build a political barrier to block construction of a border wall. A presidential emergency declaration might allow Mr. Trump to divert Pentagon funds to accelerate construction of the wall. But Democrats balked.
I think the president would be wide open to a court challenge saying, where's the emergency?
Despite stalled weekend meetings, the president called the process productive.
They don't like concrete, so we'll give them steel.
Mr. Trump's latest offer now calls the wall a steel barrier, but the White House has not budged from the price tag, $5.7 billion. It also wants more funds for Border Patrol agents, immigration judges, and detention beds. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi told CBS Sunday Morning the president isn't interested in negotiating.
He would like to not only close government, build a wall, but also abolish Congress. So the only voice that mattered was his own.
The president acted as if he could wear top Democrats down.
Schumer and Nancy Pelosi and myself can solve this in 20 minutes if they want to. If they don't want to, it's going to go on for a long time.
Our mortgage, our gas, electric.
A long time without pay for more than 800,000 federal workers like these prison guards in Massachusetts.
We're not getting paid, and the risk is the same.
The president was asked if he can relate to the pain of federal workers living paycheck to paycheck.
I can relate, and I'm sure that the people that are on the receiving end will make adjustment. They always do.
This shutdown affects more than federal workers and federal contractors. If no resolution is reached by the end of this month, more than 40 million Americans who rely on food stamps will not receive that federal assistance to feed their families. And Bianna, there will be nothing partial about the shutdown for them.
Well, let's get more into the ripple effects here, Major. There's no end to the shutdown in sight right now. As you mentioned, more and more Americans will soon be directly affected by it. Who else is going to start feeling the effects as it drags on?
Interestingly, the Internal Revenue Service will keep gathering tax money, but not be working on tax refunds for the tax season unless there's funding for the Treasury Department. TSA has seen more sick calls coming in. There are more stress on national parks and the food stamps we mentioned. And as well, there'll be other federal agencies feeling the effects the longer the shutdown goes on.
Yeah, I read reports this morning that some furloughed workers are resorting to being Uber drivers as well. Major, the effects are really being felt. Thank you.